What's happening, guys? We're back. I've had a pretty busy couple weeks. All right, so it's been a busy couple weeks. Unfortunately, not busy working on the car. It is early June here in southern Alberta, and summer came with a vengeance. I guess it's early June everywhere. Summer came with a vengeance. So it's been like plus 35 last couple weekends. Gorgeous weather, way too nice to be sitting out in the garage here toiling away on a car. So we've actually spent the last couple weekends up in Sylvan Lake, enjoying the weather, hanging out with the family. So not a whole lot's got done on the car. I also brought the motorcycles in. So they've been in storage for the last couple weeks, couple months, I guess. Brought the motorcycles back in because you're never gonna ride them unless they're in the shop. So I've been spending a little bit of time getting those tuned up and ready for the riding season. So that took my focus away from the car as well. But what we did get done is we got our radiator and intercooler mounted with the fan on, with those brackets that we built last time. So the fan does clear. I was a little bit concerned about this that chassis member there getting in the way of the fan. It does clear. It's got about 1/4 inch of clearance, so we should be fine there. We'd probably even have enough space that if we wanted to build a shroud around the fan, we could probably do that, and that would increase the effectiveness of that radiator. But we'll see if that's necessary. So we got that mounted up. And ran the intercooler piping and whatnot. We also got started on our dash, our temporary dash panel. So this is just a piece of steel that was left over from the welding cart build. It was actually supposed to be a little tray that would go on the top, and then you put a bunch of junk in the top that would look like garbage. And I didn't like the way that it turned out, so we just never used it. So we took that, cut a couple holes in it, and stuck some switches in there. So these switches are basically the cheapest switches I could get off Amazon, but one of them is an on-off switch, and one of them is a momentary switch, and then I got another on-off switch that'll go here. So my thoughts there are we'll have 3 switches on our dash. We'll have a ignition on switch, which will be this one. And then we'll have this one, this momentary one will actually be our starter. So start the car, and then we'll have a third one, which will be another on-off switch. That'll be for all of our accessories, like our headlights, taillights, blinkers, stereos, windshield wipers, all that stuff will run through the accessories switch. My thought there being that we don't need all those on when we're trying to get the car started. The car won't have a key, so it won't be secured in any way, other than the fact that like you're not going to be able to steal this and get very far. It's not exactly subtle. So that's the plan. Fairly basic little panel. I do need to get a light to put in here to run to our charge circuit. So you need a charge light on your dash or somewhere that will activate when the battery is below 12 volts or something. I have it all worked out. Anyhow, you need a light to make the coils in the alternator activate to start charging the battery. That's as much as I know about it. So we need to drill a hole, put a little light in there. I need to go find a light. All I have are LEDs, which won't work because it has to be able to light up in either direction. So we'll get a light to put into there, and then this is basically good to go. And then we'll mount a relay on the back of here. My thoughts being on our ignition system has all the power for like the fuel pump. Well, the fuel pump has a relay on it, but anyhow, it has all the power for activating the fuel pump relay, for activating the injectors. There's a whole bunch of things that go through the ignition on that we're probably gonna go over the amperage rating on these switches, which I don't even know what the amperage rating is, but we're probably gonna go over it. So I'll just run a relay on the back that'll run all of those ignitions through that. And then we'll do the same thing when we put our accessory switch in there. If we put our accessory switch in here, we'll run a relay, and all that power will go straight through the relay so that we're pulling a minimum amount through these switches. So that's what we got done on the car. Not a whole lot, because I spent very little time out here. I got a lot of side projects on the go right now. But anyhow, next week, I don't know, maybe next week we'll try putting fluids in it, see where all the fluids leak out of. That'll be fun. I got all the fluids. I got like the antifreeze and the transmission and the engine oil. I got all that stuff sitting over there, so maybe we'll fill it up with fluids and see what's happening. And then we also do have to do some extra wiring. We need to wire this guy in. We need to confirm some of the wiring that's been done over there. We need to do some stuff, and then hook up our battery and stuff like that. Make a grounding point and whatnot. So maybe we'll do that next week. But in the meantime, guys, thank you so much for watching. If you haven't already, hit the like and subscribe button. Go check us out on Instagram, Left Foot First Media. And we'll see you next week. I'm out of here.